All right, what's going on, YouTube? This is BoxingWave. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. All right, not gonna make a video too long about this because there's nothing really new coming up. Mikey did beat Jesse Vargas, and a lot of the top welterweight names are coming up now. And Jesse said that he wants Manny Pacquiao, uh, but he is willing to fight Terrence Crawford and set aside his differences with Bob Arum in order to make that fight. That's if Manny Pacquiao doesn't want to fight him. Okay. Manny Pacquiao seems to be trying to decide whether he's going to fight, Spence, Mikey or Crawford. Crawford name was out there for a bit, but in the most recent news, the names that's come up is Mikey or Spence. Spence would be returning since his win against Sean Porter and after the car accident. After that car accident, when I heard that he was looking to still fight a tough fight next, and he's not that injured, I figured Manny Pacquiao would pick him. All right, but we don't know. We don't know. I would like Manny Pacquiao to pick Spence or Crawford. That's what I would like him to do. I mean, Manny's at the stage he can do whatever he wants. He does hold a title. I don't think he's actually trying to become undisputed or anything. Like, his legacy is already solidified, so I don't think he's the pay-per-view fighter. He's a guy that everybody wants to fight. He chooses who he wants to fight at this point. All right, but I would like him to fight Spence or Crawford before fighting Mikey. I just don't think Mikey, even with that win, I still don't believe he belongs at 147. You know, uh, I know Manny Pacquiao and Terrence Crawford are different from Errol Spence, but those three fighters at welterweight are leagues above Jesse Vargas. We already saw what Pacquiao did to Vargas. He beat him even easier and he dropped them as well. Mikey won the fight. Yes, he did drop Jesse Vargas yet, but we saw what happened when he fought Errol Spence. All right, Errol Spence was this on a different level, and he's a different level from Jesse Vargas. So is Bud. So is Manny Pacquiao. All right, so look, I did see the interview with Derek James. I saw his comments. He doesn't think the fight between Bud and Spence make financial sense. I mean, at the end of the day, how many more videos are we going to talk about how we want this fight and pointing the fingers and stuff? You know, uh, I don't know what else you guys want me to say about that. I mean, they don't really. I mean, I don't want to speak for Errol because Derek is saying that in the interview, but we just got to sit back and wait. We got to wait. Right now, though, I know Errol wants the Manny Pacquiao fight. I know that's the priority to him. And I'm not mad at him wanting to fight Manny Pacquiao. I got to admit, Manny is still on the PBC side at the moment. And if Manny chooses to fight Errol Spence, even though I want to see Bud and Spence more, I can see why Spence wants that fight. He wants that win on his record if he is to win that fight. And it would be an easier fight to make, all right, because they all are on the same platform. So I understand Spence for waiting for Manny Pacquiao. But if Manny Pacquiao is not available, if Manny Pacquiao fights Mikey Garcia, I would like to see Errol Spence fight Bud if he's really okay. At first, originally, I said I don't want Spence to fight a top welterweight on his first fight back from the accident. But if he's truly okay and it's starting to appear that way and he's looking for tough, big name fights right now, then fight Bud if you're not going to fight Manny Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel. I just don't see why Mikey is even someone that fits. I mean, I understand from Mikey's standpoint because he's looking to cash out. It appears that he is looking to cash out, get one big name, one big fight that's a pay-per-view so he could generate more money and he can exit the game if he is to lose. But for Errol, for Bud, for Manny, with the three of them in the same division right now, I don't understand why the two of those three guys can't fight each other right now. You know, without Mikey being involved. I mean, that was a good win against Jesse Vargas. He won against a solid welterweight. But still, that doesn't really prove anything. We've seen you fight two welterweights, and one of them dominated you. He made you look like, I mean, the only thing he didn't do was knock you out. All right? But I don't even think Mikey won a round in that fight. All right? So I'm just giving you an update on my stance of all this. I'm expecting Manny to fight Spence, but I wouldn't be surprised if he fights Mikey next. I just don't know how that win earns Mikey a shot at Manny. But I know Manny wants to fight who he wants to fight. Even at this point, I don't even see. I think the fight was a little bit more meaningful when they first started talking about that a while back. I mean, even though Manny was at 147, Mikey being at 135 and them fighting each other, maybe at a catch weight or at a lower weight, like at 140, I could see Manny coming down and them meeting in the middle. I think that fight made sense then. But right now, I don't want to say I have no interest. I will obviously watch the fight. But I'm just not interested in Mikey as a 147 pounder. I'm not interested in him like that. And I like him a lot, man. I've always been a big fan of Mikey Garcia, but I don't give a damn about him at 147, man. Even with that win, I just don't. But he's taking care of himself. He's doing what he has to do. But there's so many other people I would love to have seen him fight. And I understand that for the money, Manny is the name. Crawford is a bigger name than a lot of these guys at 135 and 140. Outside of Lomachenko. All right, so anyway, man, I just hope we could get another unification match, regardless of who it is. As long as it's a unification match between those top three at welterweight, that's my first priority for me. And that's it, man. Just waiting to see what Manny Pacquiao is going to do, because I know it's really all about him. I know they were doing a thing with the UFC and maybe getting an MMA fight in there, maybe with Conor. That doesn't seem like it's going to happen. So I think Manny and his team is going to see what Mikey's performance was against Jesse Vargas. Just because Mikey did fight and win, I'm not sure if Manny is sold on fighting Mikey, because that was a good win, but it wasn't like a great performance, to me at least. So I'm still hoping he takes Spence, if not Bud. About Bud fighting Mikey, like let's say Spence and Pacquiao fight. Even then, and I love Bud, but even then, I'm still like, I've always wanted to see that fight when they were both like, when Bud was still like at 140 and Mikey was at 135. But now it's like at 147, I don't want to see it, I guess that would be good for Bud because he'll have another name, but so what? Amir Khan had a name, and pay-per-view sales didn't do well, and it wouldn't do well against Bud, not after Errol beat him the way they did. People are not going to forget that loss. They think that just beating up a solid welterweight is just going to just make people forget. It doesn't work that way. And honestly, people that criticize and critique Bud's resume, they're not going to be impressed with Mikey Garcia win. They'll be more impressed with him being Danny Garcia. Danny's lost to welterweights, but Porter and Thurman, they would still be more impressed with those names over a Mikey Garcia. Mikey has a name, but they're overrating him a little bit with the name thing, in my opinion. All right, I think Mikey needs to fight more than these other fighters do at welterweight. All right, that's just my opinion. I know it's probably coming off as a hate Mikey video. It's not that I hate him. he wasn't a proven lightweight to me before going to 147. You know, as a lightweight, as a junior welterweight, he won some good fights. Easter is good. You know, Limpinets was good. That was solid. Those were solid fights. You know, Broner. You know, all those were solid, but welterweight is a bit different beast, man. And beating Jesse Vargas is like the bottom of the top welterweights. Like Jesse Vargas is literally like the best fighter at welterweight right now. Out of the best fighters at welterweight, he's at the bottom of the best fighters at welterweight. That's no diss. That's just real facts. There's a lot of good fighters at welterweight. You know. So anyway, you know, I made a statement in the video the other day. I said, "Yo, what if Sean Porter fight Mikey? He would get destroyed. Sean Porter would destroy Mikey. You know, Sean Porter would destroy him. You know, but different standards. You know. Anyway, all right, I'm out, man. Subscribe. Peace."